Hi everyone. I just wanted to give you some feedback on your work this week. So let's just jump right in. Anna, I'm interested in how you found out all about your camera. That's wonderful. Sounds like it wasn't too hard, but I don't see your pictures. So hopefully you get those to me pretty quickly. And let's see, it's Caden. Caden, is that you? We get to see you. I love that part. So nice to meet you. Depth of field here in your self-portrait, I think. Very good. I like how the background's blurred. It's one of my favorite things. And you also did a great job with your motion blur photo. You can see how this has so much potential. I love it. And even though you said that you didn't understand the light meter picture, you really did it correctly. And this is really all we needed to do, was get a correct exposure and share our information. So here I can see your aperture, your ISO, and your shutter speed. And then I also see your raw file. And then we can take a look at that in Photoshop. So if you have Photoshop and you've got this camera raw, oh my gosh, so much fun. So there's a million things that you can do in here. Obviously, one of my favorites is clarity. The clarity slider. So cool. And you can straighten your work, which is something that I would do with this image. And we have all of those options. So well done. Thank you for figuring out how to attach your raw file, because I don't think I did that correctly. Set it up in submissions, I mean. All right, excellent, excellent. And I love how everybody's being so supportive. Okay, and here's Dylan. Dylan, this photo is just magnificent. I absolutely love it. You did such a great job with your depth of field. Super close up, super blurred out background. Got this gorgeous bokeh. One of my favorite things in the whole wide world. And your light meter reading also, well done. It's kind of difficult when you have indoor lighting to get a correct exposure, and you did a great job. Although I would suggest that you keep your ISO right around 100 so that you don't get noise in your photos. So if you were to print this out, it might be, a little bit pixelated close up. So that's one of the dangers with a high ISO. Pretty place though. And this is an interesting idea for your shutter speed photo. Looks like you're doing a great job figuring things out. And yes, I also see that you couldn't figure out where to submit your raw file. I don't know what I did there. If I did it wrong, I mean, I see it. I can see it, but I guess you guys can't see it. And here's your raw file. And lovely depth of field again. So great work. And you can have fun playing with this. I hope you have this camera raw, because it is just so much fun. Okay, excellent work. Michael agrees with me on the depth of field. Okay, so here's Kaverion. And he's using the ProCam 8. Okay, shutter speed. What a cute puppy. I can't really tell that he's, there's no motion blur, because if he were moving from right to left, then we would see it more, or left to right. But as he's facing us, it appears that he's frozen in time. So that is also something that you can do with shutter speed, but we don't have a motion blur. And your light meter reading. This is a beautiful photo. I love how you captured that soft window light coming into the greenhouse here. Gorgeous. And then this is such a great idea. It almost appears to be a toy car. So I wonder if you didn't use a setting on your camera. I know one of my student cameras has a setting that's like, it's called toy, and it makes things appear just like this is appearing. But great idea with depth of field. And I like that you went out and about, you know, shopping, looking at cars. That's a nice car. I wouldn't mind having it. Also, would like to see your raw file. Okay, and here is Michael. Michael, this is so interesting. Looking at your camera information. This looks like one of those beauty lights. So I'm wondering if you have access to some equipment. And this is kind of a cool idea too. So because you're using a slower shutter speed, you got kind of a glow on the light. Most people are doing motion blur, which I think is effective, but it also allows more time to pass when the shutter is open, and it lets in more light. Sometimes that makes it too bright, but that's an interesting idea. And your depth of field is great. Nicely blurred background and nice sharp in focus subject. Your raw image is interesting, but I don't see like an actual file attached, so I can't open it. So I'm hoping that you'll send me another copy of that. Yeah, everybody's so polite and supportive. That's a nice class. Okay, here we've got Michaela, and she's got her Canon. I love hearing about, you know, going through the settings on your camera can be so frustrating and take so much time, but it's going to be worth it. And this is nicely done, your depth of field. I think it's so cool that we can see this, the blue light of your screen in the background. It makes kind of an interesting lighting situation. And then honestly, I don't know what this is. And this is your shutter speed. So I think, just as with Michael, you got you got a glow from having your shutter open a little bit longer. And then here's your light meter reading. Oh, he looks so pleased and comfortable. So this is a difficult lighting situation. An interior ambient light, so it's just the light that's available. So that can be really difficult. A lot of people just want to throw on the flash, and that never really turns out well. So you did a good job lighting this scene. A nice portrait. And then here we have your raw file. And just give it a second to load and I can open it up. There we go. Oh, cute. Is this a Squishmallow? Or is that what they were called? So this photo actually has a nice depth of field, shallow depth of field with the background blurred and the focus on the subject. And hopefully you've got Photoshop and you can play with your raw files. It's the most fun. All right. Well, great work, everybody. I hope to see more work from the couple of people that were missing this week, and I will talk to you all soon.